That's what's up. Yeah, people. We are good. Brian Volk, you are blocked. Hey, Khadijah Jackson, how you doing? Bruce Lignell, how you doing? Sarah, hey, Mocha Witch, what's going on? Ernie B, what up? Care Bear, Care Beer. Why you trying to trick me, Care Beer? Oh man, my people in the house, man. I'm gonna get to some more roll call in a minute, guys. Let me give it up to my people on Stitcher Radio. What up, Stitcher Radio? What up, iTunes? What up, Blog Talk Radio? You are in his house. Yes, you are. I think it's safe now to do the Facebook Live, to give them an opportunity to get in the house. There's a problem. There's a problem. So I'm going to cut it off and set it back on. So look, guys, I don't know what the problem is. Some type of problem. Woo! What's going on, people? Are you ready, man? Because, I'm ready. I'm chomping at the bit on this one, man, because today it's just been crazy. Did you guys hear? First of all, man, you know what? I got to wait because I don't want to have to tell this twice. Let me do some more roll calls while we get to it. That's what we'll do. We'll let people get in. And make sure everything is cool. I checked all my settings, so everything is fine now. I had to reboot a couple times just to clear it out. I didn't want any problems because tonight's show is going to be too important. All right? Silver Sage. How you doing, Silver Sage? Cindy Kalinsky. How you doing, Cindy Kalinsky? I need to stretch this over here so people can hear me when I shout them out. Ernie B. What up, Ernie? Tal Seti. What up, Tal Seti? How you doing? Chaz Del Camp. Antonio Hendricks. Man, they are lining up. They're lining up, man. This is what's up, man. You get into the seats. You know what I'm going to have? Look, make sure you tip your bartenders, okay? And your waitresses and your waiters. They got to eat too. Shout out to Chaz Del Camp, Nested Green Inc. What up? How y'all doing, man? It's just me, man. It's just Tim Black, man. Nah, I didn't go to Wharton Business School, but I know when people are trying to play me. I didn't go to Wharton Business School, but I know when people are trying to play me. Gosh, there is a problem. This thing won't even log me on, man. Facebook going to be mad. Facebook going to be pissed at me. You know that? But you know what I got, guys? I got an alternative. Yeah, this is kind of weird, man. I never had this problem with my iPhone. This joint acting up. It's a conspiracy, people. It's a conspiracy. So hold tight, man. Let me see what's going on with this, man. Let me see if I can get anywhere on my iPad. That is strange. Okay, we're back now. Maybe because my iPad was running. Because, the bandwidth in the room. Everybody here, man? Oh, it's got a software update. Software update, y'all. That's what it is, man. See, it was trying to download that while I was trying to launch and... Because it's ready to install and that download. It downloads in the background, man. So, yeah, I hate that, man. Every time I turn around, guys, they got to be doing some type of update. So I'm just going to describe my live video. I'm just going to put Tim Black, Democrat race. And I hate to take this much time in the beginning of the show. I really do. But you know me, I make it up on the back end. It's going to have to do. That's going to have to do. I think it'll do. Let me cut this one off, man, because this takes bandwidth, guys. Because this is all Wi-Fi. All right. That's out. All right, guys. Somebody already talked about it on the in my chat, man. They said, Tim, Bubba crazy. When they say Bubba, they're referring to Bill Clinton. And I understand why they're saying it, because he is crazy. Crazy smart. Man, nobody ever accused Bill Clinton of not being an intelligent man. What gets me is when there are people who don't think that we're intelligent. They think that Bill Clinton has lost control of his faculties. Bill Clinton knows what Bill Clinton's doing. You know, Bill Clinton knows what you're doing more than you know. Bill Clinton is probably borderline genius. Probably, man. Very intelligent guy. I don't like when people underestimate the craftiness of a seasoned, balanced, natural politician, as his wife says. It doesn't make sense to me. This guy has been a politician probably all of his life. You know, all of them. Look, guys, make no doubt about it. Bernie Sanders, Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, they're all very intelligent people. People do things for reasons. Everything we talk about on this show, we're just reacting to decisions that were made by these people who are very intelligent, who have very intelligent people behind the scenes as well. No one is a one-man team or one-person team in this race. Y'all ready? So look, guys, tonight's show, we're going to talk about two things. We're going to talk about Democrats. So I'm trying to think about what order I want to go. We're going to talk about Democrats, the two Democrats in the race, Hillary and Bernie Sanders, and about who's really qualified and who's wrong about calling one out, and how is this race heating up, and what does it mean, and all of that other stuff that people have been hitting me about all day. Some people, look, people on the Hillary side hit me, people on the Bernie Sanders side hit me up. I'm like, get out of here. This is crazy. Do you really think he meant what he said? I don't know. You think she's qualified? We'll get to that. Second part, first part. Today, while Bill Clinton was giving a speech stumping for his wife in Pennsylvania, he was interrupted by Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter protesters questioned him about his 94 crime bill, which he signed into law, and super predator remarks that his wife made, saying black youth are not super predators. Oh man, that's not going to go away, is it? This is going to stay with you. It's one of them things, you say something like that, you know, you pay for it. Because people have long memories about things that have racial dog whistles to them. So Bill Clinton, he defended his statement. And I know this is a longer clip where there's a little nuance in it, like, well, there was a 13-year-old, and he was a little kid. Hold on now. He was a 13-year-old. So all my comments are all about this 13-year-old, not about nothing else. In fact, Super Predator comments are about Jamaican rosters sending out hit squads of teens to kill other teens. That's what it's about. See, I happen to have done my homework on the Super Predator phenomena. Super Predator was not coined about rosters. It was not about Jamaicans running crack rings or none of that. Super Predator was about this fear that there was going to be these inner city black kids that were going to run wild and create this high amount, outstanding, exorbitant amount of crime. One psychologist coined this phrase and people started running with it. One of those people notably being Hillary Clinton. And she ran from stump to stump to stump talking about it. Talking about these super predators. Talking about how dangerous it was out here. And we're going to crack down. And see, it pisses me off that we got people. I don't like anyone talking down to me. I really don't like it, man. It gives me, if you want to educate me and if you have something to educate me with, fine. Go ahead and educate me. I'm willing to learn anything. But you can't tell me things I know about. See, I happen to know that Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton were trying to expand the footprint of the Democratic Party. And to do so, what they needed to do was throw some poor people under the bus, poor black people under the bus. See, they wanted to attract moderate Republicans into the Democratic Party. They wanted to expand the coalition. This is all noted. And what I don't like is when It comes back, and it's going to keep coming back. When it comes, it rears its head. People act as if it's not the same thing. People act as if this is not triangulation. People act as if he's just speaking out of school. Sit down, Bill. They act like Bill Clinton don't know what Bill Clinton's doing. Like he didn't know what he was doing in '08. Like the Clinton campaign didn't know what they were doing when they said, well, it's possible that, Obama, I don't want to drop out because you never know what could happen. Like that wasn't saying somebody might kill him. These people act like they don't understand. Like, okay, so I'm not able to put 2 + 2 together and get 4. It's like they're saying that they're, not just me, it's you too. It's saying that we're not intelligent enough to know when someone's using a racial dog whistle. And I blame black folks too. I blame black folks because, see, black folks, they gave the Clintons this carte blanche. Where Bill Clinton could get up on the stump and say something like, well, black people gave me permission. Black people told me, do whatever you got to do, Bill. Send our babies away for 30 years, 40 years. This wasn't even for murder, dude. So, look, I'm on Twitter, and I'm reacting to the news just like anyone else. I'm reacting to conversation, news about Bill Clinton making these remarks on the campaign trail, stumping for his wife, playing surrogate, doing what he does, give Hillary the unfair advantage. I mean, this is what he did last time. This is what he does. But, hey, it's par for the course with the Clintons. It's the two-headed beast. And then I noticed some tweets from an actor that I respect, Jeffrey Wright. Y'all know Jeffrey Wright. He was in Boardwalk Empire recently. Loved it. Loved him in that show. I remember when he did Shaft with Samuel L. Jackson. Thought he did a great job. That's when I really noticed him. Samuel L. Jackson. He played a drug dealer, thug or something, didn't he? And I'm not knocking that. I'm just saying, I mean, it's just what I remember him from. And then I remember Jeffrey Wright. Well, anyway, let me get off that. What happened was he wanted to educate me on the ways of the Clintons. He wanted to tell me I didn't hear what I heard, and what I heard wasn't what was said. And what was said was just taken out of context. I need to put it all in context. Then he made a statement that he deleted, something about, don't come in here with no liberal stuff. Don't liberal me to death. I don't want to listen to that liberal stuff. See, this is what black folks do who got money. They forget that, see, I understand there was a lot of crime going on in the 90s, the early 90s. I was here, dude. I was here. I lived on my own since 1990. I was out there. I know what was going on. So you don't got to tell me about crime and people were just reacting and everybody wanted everybody locked up. Yeah, you know what? Everybody who wanted everybody locked up didn't understand. And people who are studied, right? People who understand politics, people who understand the world, people who understand poverty, people who understand lack of progression, lack of access, people who understand institutional racism. See, the average black person said, yeah, just lock them up. They're going to kill us. That person doesn't understand nor care about what caused it. And if they were educated, maybe they would make different decisions. But see, Bill Clinton gets out there and he stumps, he says these things. And I got Jeffrey Wright and I got all these other people carrying water for the Clintons. And there is no excuse for Bill Clinton, who a few months ago, before we hit the South, was talking, hey, I'm so sorry for the super predator. No, I'm so sorry for the crime bill. He apologizes for the crime bill before the race starts to give his wife cover. And then once she gets out the South, suddenly when he gets pissed at a rally, it all comes out. Now he's rationalizing the crime bill, totally forgetting everything he said previously about it damaging black families. And then he puts blame on Joe Biden. You should have seen it. Well, Joe told me to put it in the bill. I'm not a grown man. Joe Biden told me how to get the bill done because I really wanted to have after-school programs. Really? Is that why you flew back to Arkansas and had Ray Rector with the guy with the lobotomy? That's why you had him executed and he didn't even know he was about to die? Probably couldn't count to 3. Is that why you did that because of Joe Biden? Did Joe Biden make you do that? And did Joe Biden make you throw all those black women off welfare in your welfare reform, just to help them? Push a million or so people into poverty because, Joe Biden told you to do it. I mean, I got to ask you, Bill Clinton, was that your presidency or was it Joe Biden's? Because you tell me all you did it for was because Joe Biden. And I got Jeffrey Wright on Twitter telling me I don't know what I'm talking about because I'm taking it out of context. And I'm wondering, what kind of context could you put this in? That this is right. Am I the only person that could call out the Clintons for bull? Am I the only one that says these are master politicians that are smart enough, intelligent enough? You play good cop, I play bad cop. I mean, what is this? What am I, idiot? What are you, an idiot? What are you? Oh, you think I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot now. I don't know when people are playing good cop, bad cop. That don't exist. No, Van Jones did the same thing. I know Van Jones, CNN guy. Real cool guy I thought he was. Obama hired him and then he had to fire him. Remember that guy? Look, everyone wants to talk to me about politics and get very elegant when it comes to the Clintons. But when Bernie Sanders says something, no elegance. No, it's just what it is. Bam. Bam. It's yes, no. Yes, no. No, this, yes, no. He doesn't just change his tune. Every time you put a quarter in him, he plays the same tune. You're going to get the same song. You may not like the song, but at least you know what you're getting. So Bubba went off the reservation, but I don't think he went off the reservation. That's what people see. That's dismissive. It's dismissive when you say somebody don't know what they're talking about and they lost it. I said that, but as I thought about it, I was like, God, that's not, he didn't lose it. He used it. See that? Yeah. It's a strategy. Good cop, bad cop. We out the South now. Let me go after some of these white votes up there in upstate New York while you stay here and you keep the black vote in the inner city, in New York City, in Harlem, Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan. You keep that. Let me go upstate and get you some votes, baby. I know how to do the dog whistle thing. I mean, they did it in 08. I don't think anybody can refute that. I mean, I guess you could. I mean, if you really want to. I mean, aren't your arms tired of carrying water for the Clintons? Now people are tweeting at me. They're like, Timmy, you got Jeffrey Wright all wrong, man. He means well. He means well. Van Jones means well. Everybody means well except for you, Tim. You're the only one that don't mean well. You just don't understand. You're not bright enough to get it. No, I get it. It's politics. And it stinks. And I'm tired of it. Now you want me to believe the guy not smart enough to know what to say when he's stumping, when he's been stumping his whole life. Now all of a sudden he don't know how to talk. He did the same thing when he had to apologize. In 08 they had to sit him down because he went too far and it started hurting her. But that wasn't accidents. That was a risk he took to try to get her in office. That's the plan, dude. Now let's not act like I'm the only one that peeps game. I know my viewers peep game. And I'm not saying the Clintons are the only people in politics with game. I'm not saying that at all. And I'm not saying anyone else is a saint, because I don't believe in saints. But what I do believe is what happened today with Black Lives Matter. I believe Bill Clinton was totally in control of his faculties. I don't think he meant it in a nice way. No. I don't think he meant it in a positive way. I don't think they understand or truly care about the fact they ruined so many lives. And once again, using a very extreme case of some kid who shot some people is not the totality of the crime bills or crime laws effect on a generation of people. Using the worst case scenario and using it to justify incarcerating more people than slavery for petty crimes. We're not talking about just gangbangers who take lives. Well, Black Lives Matter, and I was trying to get you standing up for the black lives, the blacks who took the black lives. I thought you said Black Lives Matter. Who talks like that? Now, if he was white, well, he is white. Oh, my bad. Bill Clinton's white. Woo! He is white. Why do so many black people act like Bill Clinton is black? You know what? If Bernie Sanders was to come out of his lips about Black Lives Matter, and you don't tell me about Black Lives. See, you gave him a pass, Jeffrey Wright. You gave him a pass, Val Jones. Van, you gave him a pass. Everybody gave him a pass. All y'all gave him passes, Sabrina Fulton. All y'all gave him passes to act like they black when they ain't never experienced black life. Woman catch the subway one time in 40 years. Now she gonna talk about how hard she had it. Well, once upon a time, I was a single black mother. I never had nothing but no pot to piss in, no window to throw it out. With her best Paula Deen / ghetto queen, which they coined. Welfare queen, exactly, my bad. Welfare queen, I got it wrong. So look, guys, it's going to be some fun comments tonight. We could ride all night on that right there, but let's go into an extended rant because we got to bring this in too, because I had people contacting me. I'm going to leave your name out of it. Yeah, your boy. What? Your boy? Not just that. Look, now Bernie Sanders is my boy, they say. Everything that happens with him is me now. Okay, fine. Okay, I feel you. Because they're Clinton supporters. And see, Bernie Sanders made a comment about Hillary not being qualified. After she went on Good Morning Joe and was asked 4 or 5 times, and she could have just said something positive, but instead she was very wishy-washy. And I admit, Joe Scarborough was trying his best to make her say that Bernie Sanders is not qualified. He kept asking her. She kept wiggling, but it wasn't the wiggle like, come on, please. That's BS. He's a good candidate. Leave it alone. Like John McCain did when the old decrepit woman accused Obama of being Muslim. The way John McCain did, of all the things, as much as I think John McCain is a war hawk who doesn't care for the lives of soldiers, which is an abomination, him being a soldier and being captured. As much as I got a problem with that, I got to say I got to hand it to him on the respect level. Because when they confronted him with that situation in front of the world, what did he say? What did he say? He said he's not a Muslim, he's a decent man. We just happen to disagree. See, Hillary had her moment, once again, to be that person. To be like John McCain, which she said she idolizes, what she do? She equivocated like hell. She would not give Bernie Sanders that respect. Why? Because she already telegraphed and said 2 days ago, her campaign said, we are about to go scorched earth on that. So now they say we're going to go scorched earth. Then she goes on Morning Joe and she basically says, hey, I don't think he qualified. Just look at him. Just listen to him. He couldn't answer a question. Like he was Sarah Palin. Really low blow. And then the Washington Post puts out an article titled, Hillary says Bernie Sanders isn't qualified. So later when they talk to Bernie Sanders, this has gotten to him and he says, well, Hillary says I'm not qualified. And then he says she's the one not qualified. And now that's the only thing people are talking about. And it's to the point where I got Bernie Sanders supporters and Hillary Clinton supporters coming at me. Hillary Clinton supporters saying, see, this is how your boy is. This is his real colors. Do you pay attention at all to your candidate? This is the same. You're whining to me about him saying Hillary isn't qualified. They've been saying that, not so many words, all this time. Really? They just been nice about it, but that's basically what you're saying. If you're saying someone has poor judgment, what does that mean? If you're saying somebody's voting record sucks, what does that mean? If you say somebody's ideas don't add up, what does that mean? I mean, this is really petty. And here we go. People get to play victim. Oh my God, Bernie said I wasn't qualified. I've only been saying that basically all this election. And he actually said it. He didn't miss around the words. Once I took the gloves off, he took his off all the way. I took mine off and put them back on. He just kept his out like, what's up? He put some powder on his hand for the slap. And you know what? I prefer it that way, guys. I prefer people to just keep it real. I want you to keep it real. I want you to take your gloves off if that's what you want to do. Hillary already said, her campaign already, you know what? And if her campaign was wrong, she should have came out and said, they're not right. I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to do it. And then that would have forced Bernie not to do it. But their campaign said, and she did not correct them when they said, and I reported on this show, that it's about to get dirty. It's about to get heated. That's what they said. They were tired of playing with him, meaning he's not worth their time, meaning he is irrelevant. They marginalized him. And if he'd have done that to her, they'd have said it was sexist. And this whole campaign has been Hillary Clinton marginalizing and kneecapping Bernie Sanders and him trying to be the bigger person because he knows how they're going to take anything he says and say sexist. Sexist. So she could say he don't know what he's talking about. He doesn't know how he's going to get anything done. Everything he's talking about doesn't make sense. It's all lofty. There's no substance. She could say that about him all day. If he said that about her, all I would be reading on Daily Beast Mother Jones is how Bernie Sanders is an old crotchety sexist who hates women and is out of touch. I have the complete transcript of the interview where Hillary won't answer the question and just say, similar to what, look, when they asked Hillary in 2008, before I go, I'm about to go to the calls, guys, but when they asked Hillary in 2008, do you think Obama is a Muslim? Or do you think Obama was a Christian? She did the same thing. She could have just said, the man is a Christian. Let's move on. Let's see, that sounds like something Bernie would say. Why does it not sound like something Hillary would say? Because she would never say that. She would never answer a question directly and take the higher ground. Not until after she's already hit you in the nuts, and then she'll take the higher ground for the cameras. Just like Obama, when they asked her that question, and she said, well, he said he's Muslim. And I take him at his word. What do you mean? Why don't you just say yes? Well, no, well, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. The man said it. I mean, I have no reason to question it. See, there's a lot of room in there. And see, when I got people that act as if that type of triangle, that type of shell moving, right? That hedging, all that right there. When people act like I didn't hear what I heard, and that's not the type of person she is, and they know her, and all. What? You don't know her. I don't know her. I'm going on what she's done. I'm going on track record. I'm going on what I've researched. I'm going on what I know. Not about personality. This is not a personality contest. This is not about what you think in your mind this person to be. I'm telling you, based on actions, based on throwing Obama soundly under the bus in 2008, soundly, and pushing him up under that sucker. And then Bill coming with a gun saying, you better stay under that bus. Now all of a sudden people want to act as if that didn't happen, that we're not talking about the same person. And to most true Bernie supporters, another thing, guys, there are a lot of people complaining about Bernie Sanders saying Hillary wasn't qualified. I'm not saying it was the best way to put it. I don't know. I'm not saying I would say it. I'm saying I understand it, especially when you think somebody else said that about you when they did not so many words, and you have and your brand is not to hedge, but to say what you feel, but to be direct. That is sort of his brand. Hillary's brand is never to be direct, to be against something and for it at the same time. Okay, so it is true to who he is, his brand. If she can't take that, how's she going to deal with Trump? But you Bernie Sanders supporters who are all bent out of shape, you're not really supporters, man. And another thing, I noticed some people that pose to be supporters aren't supporters. You're actually Hillbots. You're Hillary supporters who go on social media and make comments to try to sway other less entrenched Bernie supporters who are kind of, I don't know. Look, man, if you're not going to ride, don't ride. I get it. Get out the car, Ricky. Was it Ricky got shot? Get out the car, Cuba. I get it. I respect it. Get out the car. Because you sound like a real snitch right now. Anyone can call up and correct the record if they need to. The number is 323-470-8640. Is that it? No, 323-870-46. I'm pumped up. 870-4064. 323-870-4064. Call up. 323-870-4064. And I will do my best to get you on. That is it for my rant. I hope that it was informative. I hope everyone's up to speed. Some of you do work for a living, and you have other things to do, and you wouldn't even know what the hell's going on. You're like, what is he talking about? What are people talking about? That's the context, guys. And I'm going to look now and make sure people are here, people are in the house. Can I get a retweet, guys? I need to retweet the show to everyone I know. Everyone needs to have the opportunity to be here. Even Jeffrey Wright, who I called out, whose name I called out, and Van Jones. I don't expect them to. I understand they got things going on. It's fun to tweet 140 characters and try to make someone look simple-minded. But then I have to actually call up and defend that. Well, that's a different story. I don't expect that of them. Why would they do that? They owe me nothing. I might accidentally get higher ratings and get more popular accidentally. Wouldn't want a small black YouTube channel to accidentally get ratings, actually get bigger. We wouldn't want that. No, let's go on this show and let's go on that show and let's keep tweeting nonsense and never be challenged and be able to say whatever we want and then play dumb and then throw the black community under the bus. And I'm tired of it. And somebody got to call them out. And I'm tired, super tired. And I know right now there's a couple other people that are calling them out too. And no one owns the movement. We all can take advantage, get involved, and make our mark. All right, guys. Let me see if I got a retweet that I'm going to the calls, guys, because I want to make sure I get the retweet out there. That's the video. The video's getting a lot of play. I want to try to get can anybody hit me with the show retweet? I know I tweeted the show out, didn't I? Well, let me do that real quick, guys, because I got to get people here, man. I got to get them in the house, man. All right? Tim Black, and we're going to go Democrat race beef. I think everybody will agree with that, right? There we go, guys. My bad, guys. But this just broadens your listener pool, you know? So when you call in, there'll be more people. Hopefully they'll be here to... I said Democrat. I didn't mean to put an E on the Democrat. My bad, y'all. Okay. Tweet. Okay, guys, let me go to call. Thank you so much for holding on. I'm going to start with 210. 210. Thank you for holding, 210.
What's going on, Tim?
Hey, man, how you doing?
Oh, man, I'm doing good. My name's Chaz, and I'm from San Antonio. So I'm feeling the burn, man. What's up?
Hey, man, it's just a lot of craziness today, my brother Chad. In Texas, man, it's crazy, bro. How you feeling?
Oh, yeah. Hey, real quick.
Yeah.
Let me shout out and let everybody know the 16th, San Antonio, there's going to be filmmaking off of Culebra. Check it out. 22nd, we also got another place, so hit it up.
I heard that, man. I heard that, no doubt.
All right. So anyways, I want to say, what Bill did today, it's all messed up. Everything did us a huge favor. But like you said, he's probably got a plan in mind. Phil's probably going to come back in, try to rescue, do whatever she can. We can't let that happen at all. We need to be in these threads. We need to be saying, I vote Bernie for you. We need to be spreading it, getting out to everybody, saying, we don't discriminate. Come to us. We need everybody. It's our movement, not theirs.
Right. I hear you, man. I hear you. So
I promise, if you need help, look up Chaz Delcamp on Facebook. I'll come to any thread. I'll help you battle. I'll do whatever it takes. Sometimes you can't be completely nice, but you don't have to throw them under the bus. You just state the facts. We win.
I hear you. I hear you, man. That's a good concept, man. Where we, yeah, we don't have to go scorched earth, man. No reason to do that. You know. I
Thanks,
mean,
man. Thanks a lot, man.
all right, Chad.
Keep the fight going, man. Feel the burn. We got to keep Pennsylvania alive. Keep yelling at them. Let them know. Get loud. Get proud. We're here.
That's what it is, man. Thank you, Chad, from San Antonio, man. I appreciate it. I'm gonna keep it moving on to 612. 612.
Hey, Tim.
Hey, how you doing?
I'd be doing a lot better if I wasn't seeing all this mess on Twitter.
What's going on? What's your name and where you calling from?
It's Logan again. Yeah, I've talked to you a couple of times.
Okay. I couldn't hear you though.
Logan.
Okay. We'll just roll with it, man. What's going on, man? How you feeling? How you feeling about the Twitter? What's going on Twitter, man?
Well, you know, everything that's going on with Bill talking out of his ass is one thing, but one other thing I wanted to mention is this, okay? Tonight they actually are in Missouri. They're trying to change up the delegate, how those are divvied up between Clinton and Sanders. They actually went through and figured it out, and basically what she's trying to do is, in Missouri, the counties are set up where each individual county says this is how many delegates you get based on that county, how many delegates are delivered to you, okay?
Yeah, I did a show.
Watson.
Yeah, I did a show on that earlier today, my brother.
Oh.
Yeah, I got a video on it.
All right, sorry.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
I wanted to kind of stay on topic, my brother. Damn it.
No, that's okay. We can go to that.
Yeah. What do you think about the name calling, man? About the qualifications, and it's becoming the big news. It's like I have even Bernie supporters. Did he really say that? That was so mean. I don't like that he said that she's not qualified. What do you think about that?
I don't think that it's anybody who's an actual Bernie supporter that's saying that. I mean, seriously, if you look at her record, everything that she has done, if you were working a regular job and you screwed up to the extent that she has, there is no way in hell that you would not have been fired, let alone promoted to run the country. I mean, she has done so many things, not just against, the minorities. She has, in the United States right now, if you are a person of color, you have a male person of color, then you have a better chance of going to prison, a paid for-profit prison, than you do of going to college.
Right.
And that's just not right. Come on. If you're sitting here saying, I support equal rights and I support helping the poor and everything like that, you can't turn around and as soon as you got those votes, then you just say, oh yeah, now never mind, forget all that. And I don't understand why people are, when they are confronted with this and they say, hey, look, this is the deal. She's getting donations not only to herself, her super PAC, and to the Clinton Foundation and Global Initiative and all that.
Right.
She is getting donations from all these people who run for-profit prisons.
There you go.
And she's also getting money from Sallie Mae and from all these other companies that actually give out student loans so that she can actually help them out to be able to raise their interest rate. So even if you manage to not get arrested for some BS charge
Yep.
because you're getting hassled because you're racially profiled, even if that doesn't happen to you and you do go to school, then guess what? Now you're stuck with paying interest rates up to 300 times, 300% of what you actually borrowed in order to go to school.
Crazy.
So not only do you have to worry about the fact that you could still end up getting pulled over by the cops or something like GWB,
Right.
but you also are looking at, even if that doesn't happen to you, you're still going to be at an economic disadvantage because you're having to pay back all those student loans.
Right. My thing is this, my friend. Why are some people so blind to it, man? What are the Clintons doing that make people not understand it? And I'm not just talking about black folks. I'm talking about white folks. I'm talking about all these folks who can't see through the BS.
Yeah. The only thing that I can figure, is that you look at, not only is she getting the money, like I said, from the for-profit prisons and from the people who are giving out school loans and stuff like that.
Right.
But there also is, and somebody in chat just said, Obama is kind of selling out on this. I mean, he's not looking out for you guys. But she's also getting money from, she's also getting money from all of these media outlets and everything like that. If they're supporting her with money,
right.
And do you honestly think that they're not supporting her with more airtime and stuff too?
Of course.
You looked at, there was a study done. It says back in December, Donald Trump had actually gotten 81, I believe it was 81 minutes worth of coverage on, he averaged 81 minutes worth of coverage on all of the major networks and cable outlet, news outlets. And Bernie Sanders averaged 20 seconds for that same amount of time.
Gotcha.
Up until that point. Because you got to remember, Donald Trump hasn't been running for as long as Bernie Sanders has been. Bernie Sanders has been running for, almost a year now? Something like that?
You know, I didn't hear about it right in the beginning, my friend. But look, I have to keep it going and move to my next call, man. Yeah. I'll let you have the last word, man. What do you think this means? Do you think this will impact New York or Wyoming?
God, I hope so.
I hope so
because
too.
I tell you this, I mean, I look at, I'm old enough to remember back when they had, when the 68 Democratic National Convention happened,
yeah,
and all the crap that came down from that. Let me tell you something. If they keep on going down the route that they're going and pushing her in and pulling all this slide shit,
right,
it's going to be the same thing. You are going to have riots in the streets.
Wow. Now that would be bad for everyone involved. Look, man, thank you so much for your call. Thank you for your call, my friend. I'm sorry I didn't remember you when you first called, man. It's just I've been getting so many calls lately. I'm getting bigger than I was ready for, man. That's a good thing, but thank you, sir. Give it up for my man. Come on, y'all. Come on, give it up for my friend, sir. Come on, y'all. My bad. You know, I'm pumped up too. You know, I'm lit. Someone said, Tim, keep it energetic. I'm like, that's not a problem, man. I'm energized. Let me go on to the next call. Let's keep it moving. 773. I'm going in the order that the calls came in. Hey, 773, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Hey, Tim.
Hey, how you doing?
This is Andrew from Chicago. I've called in a couple times, and I had a couple little media notes, and then there was one issue that I kind of wanted to discuss. The first media note was Time Magazine. They are they're one of Hillary's biggest donors. So, I mean, that's why they didn't make Bernie. You know, he won he won the vote for the Person of the Year, but they didn't make him the Person of the Year last year. And I mean, they're one of the biggest donors for Hillary Clinton's campaign.
Yes.
And the Daily Beast, I looked on Wikipedia last night, and it's owned by a corporation called, it's just like IVP or something like that. So I clicked on that, and I was reading the corporation that owns the Daily Beast. I was reading their Wikipedia page, and I scrolled down to the bottom. I looked at the board of directors, and Chelsea Clinton is on the board of directors for the Daily Beast. So no wonder you can never get anything about, positive about Bernie in the Daily Beast. So I would tell everyone quit reading the Daily Beast.
I hear you, man.
The last thing I kind of wanted to mention that I think this is what I really called about was there's in Richmond, California, they had a program for the last 2 or 3 years where they started. This concerns black on black crime and inner city youth crime. The police, they started giving money to people at risk youth. And, if you got arrested and you had a gun and you were in the car with your brother, they were giving these, the at-risk youth kids up to $1,000 a month to try to, keep them out of jail and try to keep them from getting killed.
Wow.
And, what happened was over 2 or 3 years, they lowered the death rate 50%. And they did this with 89 kids. Lowering the death rate by giving these kids, $500 or $1,000 a month.
Wow.
And this was in Richmond, California.
Richmond, California.
And have you ever seen The Resident on RT?
The Resident.
She
yes.
did a little 3-minute segment about this program, and it's pretty interesting. They're talking about bringing it to Washington, D.C.
My neck of the woods. All right. Interesting, man.
Yeah, and I think that just goes to what is our government for? Is our government supposed to, it's supposed to make society better for everyone.
Right.
And, it's better for everyone if we have more of us alive and, our inner city youth aren't killing each other.
Right.
And, and instead of feeding this school to prison cycle, which is, it's really bad when you start catching judges getting kickbacks.
Yeah.
Because they own part of a corporation that owns prisons.
Yep.
It's pretty bad. I think that's a pretty good idea, but I think it works more to what our government is for. It's supposed to help everybody in society. It's not supposed to be locking us up.
Right.
It should be giving us opportunity instead of, on the current path of where we are now.
That's right, man. Well, look,
yeah.
I agree with you, Andrew. Good points, man. I appreciate it. You got a last comment you want to make for me before I move on?
Oh, keep going. Yeah. Thanks a lot. Have a great night. And yeah, it was a good morning when I woke up this morning. The Twitter was Hillary's little section was just taken over, and it was kind of funny because when I got up this morning, there were two on every 3 were Bernie supporters, just kind of.
Oh yeah,
hijack that section.
Yeah, I forget the name of the hashtag. Oh yeah, so qualified for president or something like that. Yeah. So yeah, that's a big deal. But look, man, thank you, Andrew from Chicago, man. I've never heard of giving money to these kids. I appreciate you mentioning it. It's a different idea. I grew up around people like that, who lived. Look, people who do things, illegal things, typically, they have to. Like, they don't have to, but they have financial strains. Like, I say this all the time to people to try to make sense of it. I say, look, if you heard that there was a lot of crime in, Venezuela, or, Chile, or Sudan, I don't know. Just name a place in a country where there's poverty. And I say there's a lot of crime over there. You'd be like, yeah, I get it. Haiti. If I say this is a lot of crime in Haiti, you wouldn't be like, why are they doing that? You'd be like, yeah, because you know they making like 32 cents an hour. That's people with jobs. But you don't understand that in America, we got people living the same white lifestyle. We have people living under poverty, like 30% of people living in poverty. But for some reason, you don't think of their situation as being as dire. And unlike Haiti, in America, you constantly get images of people doing better. Like all of our stars, all of our music, all of our pop culture is about doing better, getting more stuff in. This is what makes you successful. So the whole time you got people on the bottom with nothing, watching people on the top with spinning rims and flashy clothes and shopping and wearing Prada and all this stuff. And it's a perfect soup. And then you add in the fact we got prisons for profit, and these people are still delusional. And I really just want to go back real quick and just say this, man. If you want to tell me how the Clintons are so right or they're good for this country, but you do not want to accept that we have prisons for profit, then not everyone who goes to jail because they shot 10 people. Some people go to jail for very dumb things. They go to jail for having $10 worth of weed, dude. So when you make these extreme cases as your analysis, that's the whole foundation of your support, is these extreme cases of ultra-violent people. You leave out the fact that 50% of the people in jail are not in jail for violent crimes. That is partially blame. Part of that blame goes to Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton, who stumped for it. Okay? So, hey, you want to call me out, you want to say I don't know what I'm talking about? That's some context for your butt, ain't it? That's a little context. Put that in your context. Make that work. All right, let me keep it moving. Thank you for holding. Thank you for holding. Wow, 312. Hey, 312, how you doing?
Hey, man, it's CJ calling from Chicago again.
Hey, CJ, man, that's my second Chicago call in a row, man. Hey, man, I might have to, I don't know, I might have to go to Chicago, man, or something. It's all right.
Yeah, dude. It's all right. Hey, I just wanted to expand on those comments, talking about the media, and really when the whole not qualified comment was coming up, saying, I really think the media, okay, so hold on, sorry. So top donors for Hillary Clinton, and they're like top 20 list. You've got Time Warner, which has CNN and stuff like that. You've got National Amusement, which has CBS and Viacom. You've got 21st Century Fox, which is part of News Corp, Fox News. A couple others, Citigroup and Lehman Brothers, they're tied to some more media outlets. But when I was watching the news today, this is the first time all of a sudden they're like, oh, let's talk about Bernie all day. And it was just, you saw it, everyone saw it. It was ridiculous. It was nonstop.
Yep.
Bernie said Hillary's not qualified. But I just want to put some things into perspective for everyone to understand how huge this thing is that Bernie's been talking about. He said it's going to be very difficult to defeat these people because they have so much money invested in everything. If you ever watch CNN, I know someone yesterday was saying, talking about the ads that they run are all geared towards old people. But you know what a lot of those ads are? Pharmaceutical ads. They are, just the media is making money off of the pharmaceutical people and all of these other people that are getting rich off of our current healthcare system.
Right.
So they're paying CNN to run their ads, and then, of course, CNN is going to talk bad about the candidate who's going after that. That would be going after their money directly. And, something else I just want to say about the media real quick. People are in America, a lot of us are overworked. A lot of us are working, 40, 50, 60, 70 hours a week.
Right.
They look to the news media for entertainment. they're looking for like something short because, you know, a lot of people don't have a lot of time to listen to this.
Right.
And they're looking for something short to make them feel like their problems are just going to go away. And the problem is, her and Donald Trump know exactly how to work the media. And the most ridiculous thing of this all, the whole thing, is that Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump were clearly friends because their daughters are best friends. So I'm kind of getting off topic, but really what I just wanted to say is, you know, when you really start digging into things and you really understand all of the money that's tied up in this and why the media is continuing to report on negatively on Bernie, it is because it's affecting their pocketbook, which goes to your point yesterday. We have to find our own media, which is ridiculous. The whole point of news in the first place was to let people know what's going on. And now it's so conflicted with selling products and, you know, and a lot of those products have, you know, government ties. You know, pharmaceutical companies, they have tons of government ties.
Yep.
And we pay the most for healthcare in the world, like Bernie said.
Yep.
So anyways, that's really all I wanted to say tonight. And, yeah, I'll let you chat about it for a little bit. We can move on.
You got it, CJ. Thank you, CJ, for that call, man. I appreciate you, man. Very, very interesting comments, man. CJ talking about the corruption at foot. There's a lot of corruption. But once again, hey, that's just, you know, Tim, that's just the way it is. You know, you complain about it, but you got to pick a winner, and Hillary Clinton's a winner, and it's just what it is. Let's not talk about that. Let's talk about, something else, and let's just, you take it out of context that she has money from all these entities, all these media entities. That's all out of context. Where you getting that from? That doesn't make sense. Only... You know what? People are too smart to be naive. Really. People believe what they want to believe. You actually want to tell me a company's going to spend $1 million. Let's say it's $1 million. That's nothing for, you know, CNN, Time Warner, or National Amusement. To spend $1 million on something. Nothing. That's nothing. That's almost probably seen as being cheap. But they're going to spend millions of dollars on Hillary, supporting their campaign, and then they're going to actually run a bunch of media when they have a choice that's going to be against her? Like, does that even make sense? Does that make sense to you? Like, I'm just tripping, man. Like, the further I go down this show, the further I go, the more you people call in and you hit me with the real stuff and you add to the conversation, the more I'm offended. And I don't get offended. I get pissed. But the more I'm perturbed that people will really question and try to find wiggle room. Like, try to somehow explain it away. If the companies that own CNN fund Hillary, how are you going to tell me it's not rigged? Would you? That's like you paying for your child to go to school and then secretly willing to give her a bad teacher that flunks her. I mean, it doesn't even make sense. Not if you control it. If you can control who her teacher is, why would you give her a teacher that's going to flunk her when you're paying for this schooling? To teach her a lesson, Tim. That's why we do it. No, I mean in the real world. Like in the real world. Like, pretend you only have one daughter, not 10. You care. It's not to teach them a lesson. But that's what they sell me. And then when I call it out, you're losing the context. They're really good for you. And it's more, just call it what it is, man. You're afraid of being on the wrong side of powerful people because you have to have all the money. I get it. I understand it. You have to have all the money. 2 cars ain't enough. You need 10 cars. You need the biggest house on the block. You need to go to the most expensive places and wear the finest suits. That's really what it is. It's really what it is. I don't have to. I'm fine. I'm good. Just need to be able to eat and have places to stay. So if it costs me something, I'm good with that. But this is what you should do. Shh. You don't have to respond to everything. If you know you can't call it fair, if you can't be neutral, if you can't keep it real, just be quiet. See, I don't have a problem with people who are quiet. I don't go look for people and say, what's your response to this? People do that to me. I don't do that to other people. I don't go to people and say, hey, respond to that. I need to know what you think about that. I don't do that. I talk to people who are talking to me or talk to people who are already talking. So if you are not going to keep it real, if you're going to overlook all of the facts that tarnish your candidate, at least you can do is be quiet about it. You don't need to be tweeting and tweeting and tweeting and tweeting and tweeting. Knowing she takes money from private prisons. And then you're going to use something, an analogy about being black, and you know she takes, we're disproportionately in jail, and she takes money from private prisons, and you for some reason want to explain why she's the better candidate. How's that the better candidate? Well, love the devil you know. No, but how about I don't have a devil? All right, keep it going. 706, thank you for holding on. What if I don't want a devil in my office? What if I get to choose and I'll decide not to have a devil?
I don't want to be. I want a devil either.
How you doing?
My name is Amanda, and I'm in Georgia.
Amanda from Georgia, thank you for... See, Amanda knows the deal. Thank you, Amanda. Now, I don't know what she's going to say, but at least she told me her name. I ain't got to ask her 8 times. Amanda, what's your name, man? What's your name? And where you from? Please tell me. You know, it's the same thing every time.
That's all right. Some people don't remember radio.
Make it easy on the brother, man. But Amanda, please tell me your thoughts, and please don't start talking about spaghetti recipes or the crocodile hunter. Please talk about the subject we're talking about tonight. It's okay. Talk about this.
Oh, honey, boo boo. You don't get confused.
Well,
in the early 2000s, I was a white one. So I guess it was okay for whatever reason in the media. But, yeah, they didn't talk about me because I broke the narrative. But in the early 2000s, I was on welfare after the Clintons turned it into slavery. And what I mean by that is the welfare to work thing, where you work 40 hours a week and you get $245 a month. Because you had to volunteer up to 40 hours a week in order to get that $245 a month. But yet we were lazy somehow.
240.
You remember that program, Welfare
said,
to Work from the Clintons?
Yeah, I remember it.
That welfare reform they thought was so great.
I didn't know it was that low. My God.
Yeah, that's what I was getting from me and my son. And they took the child support that my ex was paying and paid back the money. So I got 48 months of it, and I can never get it again in my lifetime. If ever I fall down or everything crashes or whatever, I'll never be able to get it again in my lifetime. But they got all their money back.
Wow. Wow.
Another thing, when Bill was talking about how the welfare reform helped and all this other stuff that, everything was better for African Americans after all his policies. What he doesn't say is that those statistics changed because so many people were locked up. The statistics didn't count all the people that were in jail.
That's true. That's very true. Very true.
I mean, I lived in state government housing. I was one of the few white girls up down there, But I got to see firsthand all the brutality. I got to see, from my front stoop, how people were treated.
Yep.
And it's too much.
Yeah, but you're keeping it real, though.
It makes me emotional.
Yeah, you're keeping
because
it.
I remember. I've seen it. I saw how I had to do volunteer work to live in government housing.
Okay.
And I had to do, volunteer work for DFACS.
Right.
So when was I going to find a job?
How could you? You're volunteering. You're working.
Exactly.
So answer. Can I ask you a question, Amanda?
Sure.
So, do you think that Bill Clinton today, when he went off script, or maybe he was on script? I think he was on script. Do you think Bill Clinton is an intelligent man who knows what he's talking about when he's talking?
Oh yeah, he knew he was blowing that whistle hard, honey. He was blowing that whistle hard. That wasn't a silent whistle either. That was loud and proud.
Right. And I think he's talking to certain people when he does that, people that Hillary needs to do better with, frankly.
I mean, I hated how racist Hillary was in 2008,
Yep.
which is why from the very get-go, as soon as Obama was running, I was like, I'm not dealing with this woman. I want Obama.
Yep.
Now, he promised change. He gave us a little bit of change,
Yeah, a little bit. Right.
but then he started taking that money. So the corruption has got to stop. That's what's killing everybody. That's what's keeping people down is the corruption. And that's why I want Bernie.
There you go.
I may have been poor, but I'm educated. I
hear you.
educated myself. I couldn't go to school, so I educated myself.
I feel you, Amanda. Well, Amanda, in my book, you definitely are an intelligent woman. I think you know exactly what you're talking about. You know what you've been through, and I'm glad. I'm so happy that you called up and shared your story with us because people need to know it firsthand, man. They listen to some politician run his mouth on a stump. They don't really know. They don't have any concept. They think he's right. They think he's telling the truth.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you for your call, Amanda. Please call in again. Amanda from Georgia. Give it up for her, y'all. Come on. I want to go to my next call. My next caller is the 310 number. 310. Thank you for holding 310.
Hey, how you doing, Brother Black? This is Nathan from Santa Monica again.
Nathan from Santa Monica, man. How you doing, my friend?
Man, I just saw your other video talking about what happened in Missouri, and I'm not kidding you. I damn near exploded because I'm realizing that we're becoming Republicans. We're the Republican Party now. We guarantee the rules so that we can win. We're Republicans now. So I'd like for you to go and change your card off Democrat because now now we've just lost the moral high ground. We just lost it. We've lost it, and you can't get it back once you lose it.
Yeah. Good point. Good point.
You know, we used to decry Republicans doing this stuff, and they still do this stuff.
Yep.
And now here we are doing the same thing against a candidate, against a man who's just trying to run for the presidency. You know, if you're gonna lose the freaking grace.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to do this.
Right.
And it's more that it's not so much the doing it that bothers me. It's the public not calling them on it that bothers me.
Yeah.
That's wrong. That's our votes. Those are our votes. I was born in Missouri. Are you kidding me? I live in California, but I was born in Missouri. I have family in Missouri. I have many, hundreds, thousands of relatives in Missouri and all throughout the South. Gotcha. You know, I was flabbergasted. I really was, because that's cheating. If casinos could do that, they'd never pay out any money. You know, if you change the rules after you make a bet, you know, they never pay out any fucking money. I'm sorry for my language, but that's just infuriating. How do you make the rules, play by the rules, just to lose, just to have the rules change after the game is over?
Yep.
That's wrong. That's just more than wrong. It's disgraceful. It's immoral.
Yep.
And it's disgusting.
And you know what else it is, Nathan? It's not being talked about on mainstream media.
Now, well, you know that's going to happen. And they got, I'm starting to think that Hillary's a gangster because she's got everybody doing her bidding. Everyone. It's not just one or two people. The politicians are doing her bidding. The news people are doing her bidding. And people think that there's nothing behind it, that they're just doing this because they really like Hillary Clinton. Come on.
There you go.
Come on. She got him. She's got him somehow, and I don't know how. But it's too much. It's too much. And you know what? If I lived in Missouri right now, I would be leading the riot. I would be leading the riot. You don't let people take your vote. That's the only you got.
That's all you got, baby.
That's all you got to affect your everyday life and the people you love, and you're going to let them take your vote? Nah, wait.
Wow. I love it, man. I appreciate you, Nathan, man. I appreciate you for calling in and letting me know how you feel, man. And you know what, man? That's the thing. When you said the thing is, it's not just that they're doing it, it's that other people are looking the other way. Other people aren't calling it out.
But they're just looking the other way like nothing matters.
Yep.
Like this is normal. No, that's not normal. If I go to the store and buy something and they tell me that they bring something out. If I go to a restaurant and I order something and they roll out something that I didn't order, I can send it back.
Right.
You can't send back a vote once they take it from you. You can't.
You can't. It's gone.
It's gone, and you're screwed, and you are silenced. You are the silent minority, completely screwed. I'm tired of it. I don't know how Bernie's going to win. I'm pretty sure he's going to win. I don't know how he's going to win.
Right.
But especially up against this. Jeez, but if you can cheat, then why vote?
It's horrendous.
Why?
Why vote?
It's disgusting, bro. Go ahead and handle your business, man.
I will.
I just have to get that off my chest.
That's fine, man.
Too much.
That's fine, man. Nathan, thank you for your call, my brother. Man, I get it. I was feeling the same way. In fact, when you put it in context, you kind of calmed me down. I think you took some of my energy and some of my riled up energy, because when you said they know what's going on, they're doing it for a reason, that kind of chilled me out. I made my decision about what I'm about. I made my decision about what my success would be. What level of success I'm okay with getting. You know what I'm saying? Other people have different ideas. And I think it was Yvette Carnell. I think she said this one time, I watched one of her videos a long time ago, maybe a couple years ago. She said, how much money do you need? How much you gotta have that you would sell out your people, like just sell them all out for some money? You good, you doing well. How much do you need? And of course, she didn't say it like that because, Yvette's a astute, very learned woman, intelligent. She speaks very well, and she's not going to use the same vernacular that I use or inflection. And I get it, I understand it. You know what I'm saying? But that's what she was saying. The crux of what she was trying to communicate, the visceral process, the thought process behind it, was, how much do you need? How much you gotta have? Are you cracking out? Are you like a crackhead for money? I just gotta get some more money. I'll do anything for it. I'll sell my soul. I'll vote for the Clintons. I'll go on Twitter and I'll say a bunch of stuff that don't make sense. I'll attack other people for telling the truth. I'll do anything. Please, can I get another hit? Bill Clinton locked up more black people than any other president. And I'm just supposed to overlook that because she's a woman. Because she didn't do it, but she wants credit for time she was with Bill. I don't get it. You can't have it both ways. Either you want credit for time you were married and you were in the White House, you keep talking about chips. Chips. What did Noah say? She said, I don't hear nothing about no damn chips. You pushed a lot of women out off welfare, into poverty, and into homelessness. Stop talking to me. So you fed their kids, but you threw their mothers out on the street. Stop talking about chips. I love it, man. 717, thank you for holding on, 717. I'm coming your way.
Hey, my name is Jask. I'm calling from Pennsylvania. I'm a first-time caller, and basically what I wanted to, there's just a couple things I wanted to say. I remember like a few callers back, you're like, I don't know who's voting for Hillary Clinton, right? But I have a theory about who's actually putting in votes for her. It's I break it down into two demographics. So it's like women that are only voting for her because she's a woman, and to me that's like a small majority. That's like a small percentage. The higher percentage, I think, are Democrats that just believe that, okay, he was an independent, now he's a Democrat, I'm not going to vote for him solely because of that reason. And those are the people you're never going to change their mind, and they're always going to vote, against Bernie, even though his policies would benefit, their families more than Hillary's would. And so basically with the Twitter thing, sorry, I'm out of breath. I just got done running over because when I saw I was unmuted. But so basically with the Twitter thing, I wanted to say the unqualified and the qualified thing.
Yeah.
I don't think that affects Bernie or Hillary negatively in any way, because when you think about it, you turn on mainstream media, they're talking shit about Bernie, and your average Bernie supporter will be like, okay, they're obviously corrupt, I'm going to switch the channel. So they're only talking to the Clinton supporters, right? And the Clinton supporters are already going to be like, oh yeah, we don't like Bernie. So with that, I don't think that affects anyone. But one thing on Twitter that I'm not sure that you talked about this yet, but the Sandy Hook thing.
Yeah.
That's what to me, that is what's going to come back to haunt her. But there's literally Hillary supporters on Twitter saying, hey, I'm not going to vote for you anymore, or hey, you should tone it down with this type of rhetoric because it's unfair, But also when you sit back and think about it, if there's one person in this world that could get away with that evil, baseless, attack, basically benefiting from innocent children dying for her own political gain, it would be Hillary Clinton, right?
Yep.
And you would just be disheartened, right? You're probably disheartened right now listening to what I just said, right?
Yeah.
That she's probably not gonna benefit from this, and she's not gonna hurt from this. So what I'm trying to say is, it's okay to be disheartened, but if you think about it, Bernie supporters, you and I, we're really out here. If you think about it, we're doing all the work. We're literally eating 10, 15 point deficits for breakfast. You look at Wisconsin,
Yeah.
2 days before they voted, what were we down, 10, 20 points? And then we won by 15. So
Yep.
the way I see it, especially for the guy from Missouri, I know there's a lot of frustration. There's a lot of anger. So just channel that anger into, something positive, like phone banking for Bernie, just phone banking, going canvassing, getting people to know that, what Bernie is, right? So that's what I just wanted to say, that, channel your frustrations into something positive.
Right.
And, go out and canvass for Bernie. Don't be disheartened, because I'm 20 years old, so my experience is kind of limited, but I've never heard of a candidate that's literally erasing 10-point deficits overnight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, lastly, I just want to end with, man, you're doing a great job with, your radio show. The man upstairs, he always gives to those that do things the right way. And, man, just keep doing you, keep learning, and keep educating.
That's it, man.
Take care.
Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you. Give it up for my friend from Pennsylvania, guys. I appreciate him. Yeah. This person I know, 747. I know you, 747. 747, because I remember saying 747 yesterday. Who's this?
Yo.
Yo.
Hey, what's going on? It's Matt.
Hey, Matt, how you doing, man?
It's Matt. I'm all right, man. I'm all right. I tune in almost every night to look at your show.
Okay.
And I just thought that people are forgetting a few really essential core things. First of all, you got to remember Hillary is qualified. She's running on Bernie's campaign platform.
You got me with that one, man. You got me, you know. But hey, good move, man. Very good move, Matt.
No, but seriously though, on a serious note, these are facts though. Bill Clinton is the only president in history that has incarcerated more minorities. And that is a fact. He's the only one. Now, the issue today was, I think, the fact that he defended a bill and he then used attacking black on black violence when that is not the issue. The issue is not black on black violence. The issue is legal and institutional racism. But instead of him, that was a golden opportunity. He missed it. Instead of him addressing it, admitting, yes, I made a mistake, and addressing it, he decided to defend it by attacking black on black violence.
Right.
So I think it really showed the true colors of that campaign, and they're starting to come apart. Now, the really interesting thing is, at this point, most people have more or less decided their camps. There's maybe a 10% swing vote at this point. So it's really interesting to watch that he is supposed to be briefed. He's supposed to know his talking points, but it seems as though there might be a fracture because he's actually going out of his way now to defend his legacy, which is not in line with the campaign format.
Right.
Hillary has admitted it was bad.
Right.
But he has not. So I think you're starting to see a little bit of infighting in the party. I don't know if most people notice that. Now, the other thing is, Hillary claims she has a lot of experience. When she was a junior senator, she passed 3 laws. 1 was for a highway, 2 was for post offices. So 2 post offices, 1 highway, that's it. She did nothing else. That's all she did as junior senator. Most people don't even know that. Okay? I do not understand how she's legally allowed to run. She's under a criminal investigation. We don't even need to say FBI. Criminal. And that's just one side of it. You know, so this is really, I think what's really happening, and it's really unfortunate, is that she's turning the Democrat Party very slowly into a Republican-esque kind of campaign scene.
Yep.
And, you know, like you said before, she came out in the Washington Post and stated he was not qualified. Then she reverted, saying she never said that due to her very last interview because she made that mistake prior. And, you know, I do think maybe there is a degree of closet racism as well in what Bill said today also, because you have to remember, this is the same guy who said in 2008 that Obama is qualified to carry his bags.
There you go.
Right?
There you go. Yes,
So,
he did say that.
I don't know how you can magically grow all these years later, then turn around and say what you said today. To me, you got to call a spade. And in this case, I'm sad to say, but these guys have their own interest at heart, and they've been implicated in the Panama Papers. That should tell you everything.
Yep. Exactly. Exactly.
So,
Matt, look, Matt, man, I want to thank you, Matt, for your call. Thank you for breaking it down and adding some flavor to it because, you know, actually, I forgot about the carry the bags thing. You're absolutely right, man. And that is something I should have said to Jeffrey Wright today when he was defending Bill Clinton's statement about qualifications. I should have said that. I wish I needed you. I needed you, man. I need to call you, Matt. I needed you for talking points. Yeah. Okay, so it's okay for Bill Clinton to say a black man can carry his bags. You know how, do you just, look, hold up, Matt, I'm going to bring you back, Matt. I'm sorry, Matt. Matt, if you're still there, Matt, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, I'm still there.
What do you think will happen What do you think black folks would do to Bernie Sanders if he said Obama couldn't carry my bags? He's qualified to carry my luggage.
He'd be crucified. He'd be crucified flat out. He'd be crucified flat out. And the interesting thing with that is that Bill constantly tries to remove himself from Hillary, right? But then he tries to point to Jane, Bernie's wife, and say, oh, look what she did here and there, right? She does his taxes, this, that, and the other. But then he turns around and tries to separate Hillary away from him. Now let's remember this. The First Lady is a political position. It is just not an elected position.
Right.
It is a political position.
Right.
And she did push for the welfare reforms that stripped people out of the system and basically enslaved them.
Yep.
She pushed for the crime reforms. Even the founder of the Children's Defense Fund that she touts all the time has spoken out against her.
Yep.
Right? She says we're friends, but she's horrible when it comes to legislation for people.
Marion Wright Elderman.
So,
right.
Yeah, it's bad, man. It's just bad.
Well, look, my friend, thank you once again, man, for coming back for the second round, man.
No problem.
I appreciate you, my brother. Matt knows what he's talking about, man, and I appreciate him sharing his knowledge. And like I said, man, it's just boiling my blood, man. The more I think about it, the more I listen to Matt, I listen to my friend from Pennsylvania, the more I listen to Nathaniel, I listen to Amanda, I listen to CJ, Andrew, Chad, and I'm like, I had black men basically throwing me under the bus in support of Clinton. And then I got all these mostly white guys and a white woman telling the truth. Just telling the truth, just telling it like it is. He locked up all of these people who happen to be of a certain hue. And look, today, let's just call it, man. He basically had a Kramer moment. Sorry. Dude had a Kramer moment. He got a bunch of black people holding up signs, shouting Black Lives Matter, shouting, we ain't super predators, F you, Bill, F you, Bill. He can't talk. They getting in his way. They raising his voices. He's yelling. And at first, he was kind of smooth with it. At first, he tried to be very cordial. And then he just goes off the reservation, and he's like, and you're killing the black lives that you say matter. They're black kids killing the black lives you say matter. I thought Black Lives Matter. And he's wagging the finger, just like Hillary. And I got black guys going, well, he has a point. He has a point. You know what has a point? My boots when I wear them sometimes. And you know where that point can go? All right, guys, enough with that. That was funny, though. 573. How you doing, 573?
Hey, Tim, how's it going? My name's Gary. I just got back from the Missouri delegate voting, and I want to kind of fill everyone in on how the process went.
Okay, Gary. Okay.
Some things that can happen.
All right, Gary, I'll let you do it. Go ahead, Gary. No, I'm just playing. Go ahead, man. Thank you.
Okay. So, first I'd like to say thanks for taking my call.
Sure, man.
And basically, the meeting started at 7:30. There's a group of people in the courtroom we were at. I'm in a very small Missouri county that actually had Hillary as a majority winner in our county. She won by about 10 votes. I think there are a total of roughly 1,200 voters. So the split was roughly 50-50 in my county. And anyways, at the beginning of the meeting, we were informed how many delegates each candidate was allotted for our meeting. There's a total of 2 delegates that were going to be picked, and one was for Bernie and one was for Hillary. I felt that was fair because, the state was split down the middle. During the meeting, the groups are split up into caucuses for each candidate. there were a total of 31 people there. 20 people were in Bernie's caucus, and 11 people were in Hillary's caucus. This brings me to my first thing that could help Bernie, and that's if there were less than 15% of the people for either side, their delegates would become non-viable. So I think there may be some counties in Missouri that are smaller where a lot of people show up for Bernie, and Hillary doesn't reach that 15% threshold. So she will not be awarded those delegates for that county.
Gotcha.
That's a possibility. I'm not going to say it's happened for sure. But that's one place where Bernie could make up some ground. For each candidate, there was a one primary delegate and one secondary delegate selected for each candidate. One had to be a male, one had to be a female for each candidate. Another place where Bernie could make up some ground is if the Hillary delegates don't show up for the next level of voting. So at the beginning, we were told how many delegates there would be for each candidate. But if the delegates don't show up at the next levels, then the alternate Bernie delegates can fill in and vote for Bernie. So that's another place where he can make up some ground. So
Okay.
I heard it was very confusing. A lot of people were confused. I was confused, and I just wanted to give some information. I have a friend who is in Boone County, and she was at the delegate caucuses as well. And I don't know if you know, but that's where the University of Missouri is, and that's where Columbia, Missouri is. She told me that there was about a 3-to-1 Bernie to Hillary ratio. So the Bernie supporters really outnumbered her there. And she's telling me that somehow Bernie got 21 delegates in that meeting, and Hillary only got 11.
Wow.
So I'm not sure how that works out, but it appears to me that we may see a situation similar to Nevada happen in Missouri, simply because the Hillary Clinton supporters are not coming out with the same amount of fervor as are the Bernie Sanders supporters.
Okay, sir. Well, look, my friend, I appreciate you, Gary, for coming and calling with that information. That to me is something that's probably better suited for an article, just so people, you know what you should do, Gary? Go to the Bernie Sanders for President subreddit and talk to the guys there. They know I did the video today, and you probably already been there. Honestly, you probably already been there. Go by there and give them that information and write it up, because that's something that needs to be documented, whatever your experience is. And frankly, the story I did today on Missouri, it originated from that subreddit. That subreddit is very popular. It's the best way to disseminate information where we bypass the mainstream media. There's probably some great blogs out there too, but just saying. So give it up for my man Gary, guys, for sharing that information, man. Very important information out of Missouri. Linda from VA, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great. What's up?
I'm dealing with it the best way I can, lady. You know how it is. It's one of those crazy nights, and we just roll with it. Anything on your mind regarding this? Good.
I'm tuning in kind of late tonight, so I haven't really heard a lot of the discussion tonight.
Okay.
So what's the topic? I haven't heard the topic yet.
All right, Linda. Look, Linda. I can't tell. It's too long, Linda. It's too long. Yeah, I'll come back. Yeah, I'll come back to you. I'll come back to you, Linda. After. Don't do this, man. But you know what? It's the system. Because they should be able to say when someone's ready to come on. Like, people call up, they can listen to the show. So it sucks, guys. It's not Linda's fault. this system is very frustrating, people. It's very frustrating. Linda should be able to say she's ready to talk, or she called, just listen, and maybe if she could do that, she would have done that. You know, Linda's my people. But I'm going to have to let some callers explain what the subject is. Hang tight, Linda. Hang tight. 714, how you doing, 714?
Tim?
Hey.
Tim.
Hey, Tim, what's up, man?
Hey.
Hey.
Bruins for Bernie.
Bruins for, okay, I remember you, man. Good to see you, man, because you're on my Facebook. And it's good to see you, my friend. And I see you in the chat as well.
Thanks for taking my call.
Sure, man. Sure.
I don't want to burn up your airwaves. I just want to make one point about the Democrats. I think that was one of our topics tonight.
Okay.
You spoke about this earlier, about that the whole revolution is bigger than Bernie. And I agree with you completely that the reason why Bernie is so important is because he represents all of us. He is our voice, because we are not in the Congress. We are not the president.
Right.
And specifically what I want to just speak about really quickly is that even when Bernie mentions that this is a political revolution, revolution scares a lot of people. Yeah. And wanted to mention that people keep asking him, oh, how are you going to get all these programs through a Congress that's full of these obstructionist Republicans? Well, the way that we do that is really simple. We vote in a new Congress. Now, I'm listening to some talking head, and they're like, hey, guys, it turns out that the whole House of Representatives is up for re-election this year. What do you think about that? Go vote for Bernie-crats. Well, I'm like, that's the way we do it. The House is up every 2 years. Now, Tim, correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems that that's exactly where Obama went wrong.
Yeah.
Because he forgot that the whole House is up every 2 years. And the Tea Party gets in there, the obstructionist gets in there. This revolution has got to burn every 2 years. You guys can't get excited about a president every 8 years or once in a lifetime or once in a decade. You've got to do this, and you've got to vote your down ballot races.
Right.
For the House, for the Senate. If we change the entire House to Bernie-crats,
right,
and Bernie proposes legislation which gets passed by the entire House of Representatives, a few obstructionist senators, 6 or 10 people, are not going to be able to stand in the way of the people. They'll get impeached. At that point, there's only going to be 6 or 10 obstructionist senators left if we elect a whole new House this time.
Wow.
And just to finish the thought, the big battle is also occurring in the state houses. That means here in California, it's in Sacramento, it's in Madison, Wisconsin, it's in all of the state houses where the people their voices have been suppressed. Voter suppression laws, anti-abortion laws, they are being passed piecemeal by state legislatures.
Wow.
And people have to pay attention to those down ballot races. It happen not every 4 years when the president gets elected.
Wow.
That's about all I got to say tonight, Tim. I'm trying to establish some credibility with you guys, because I'm going to drop some truth on you guys later. And I'm gonna lose credibility with a bunch of you. So I hope that I built it up tonight. Yeah.
Yeah, you did, my friend Tim. I appreciate you, Tim. Good points, excellent points, man. And something I was just talking about, man. We have to support those Bernie-crats. We got to support those people trying to get in the office. This clean house. My man said, clean house. Clean the house, baby. That's what we need to do. Oh, man. All right, we're getting down to it. 661. 661. Hey, how you doing? Hello, 661. How you doing? Hola.
I'm good.
Okay, I couldn't.
Hello?
Hey, how you doing? Who?
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I'm good. I'm in California. My name is Trudy.
Trudy from California.
Yep.
What's on your mind, lady?
I just want to. Pardon?
I said, what's on your mind, lady?
Oh, that damn Bill Clinton. I was told that there was a clip of his shit on MSNBC.
Yes.
So I went there and looked at it, and it just shows up to the point where he says they don't want to hear the truth, and then it cuts off.
Oh. Yeah.
Ah,
Dirty, dirty, dirty. They cut it off then, huh?
yeah,
That's
they
good.
didn't go. They didn't show the rest of his fucking, pardon my French remarks. Oh, that man. You know, I used to be fooled by them.
Right.
Oh, but
You woke
I'm
up.
getting educated.
That's right. You woke up. No problem.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm with you. You know, I was young at the time. I didn't really know. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know that the dirtiness that they did. I thought I was buying into it. I thought they're victims. Those mean Republicans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know, the Republicans went after him so hard for so damn long, it's like they cried wolf. And
Right.
now Hillary's people just won't listen anymore because they've just tuned it out. They don't believe shit.
Trudy, you are funny. But you're honest. You're very honest. I love it.
I'm 63 years old, and I've kind of quit censoring myself.
Well, look, don't worry about it. I'm with you. I have to watch what I say. You're good. You're a caller. If you get too bad, I'll let you know.
I was talking to a person on Twitter earlier, which, you know, how you do on Twitter, but this was a black girl, and she was saying, yeah, it's all our own fault. We're killing each other. It's black on black crime is the problem. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I gotta go.
Yeah, there's a lot of lost ones out there. They don't understand. The deck is stacked against them. They don't get it. They just,
Well,
yeah.
you know, the media is so good at the damn propaganda.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, look.
But
yeah.
talking about who's qualified, Hillary is not qualified. Every major decision she ever made, she was on the wrong side of it. From calling people super predators to Iraq vote, Patriot Act, Panama, to Libya. And I gotta say too,
I'm
I'm just real damn disappointed in Obama.
Yeah. He's part of the establishment. And you're in the establishment, you got to play by the establishment rules.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, when he was running and he decided, well, he was going to have to take super PAC money, that was that.
Yeah. It was either that or not win, I
Sorry
guess.
to say it.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
He's done a good job under those restrictions.
Right. Well, look, Trudy, I got to keep it going, lady, but I appreciate your call. It was very spirited, and I respect the heck out of it. I love you for calling. Thank you so much. Give it up for Trudy from California, y'all. See, Trudy, I could get along with Trudy. You know, somebody real, you know, just, you know what? We don't have to agree on everything. We would be yelling, laughing, and we'd be friends tomorrow, you know? And that's the way I prefer it. Just don't pee on my head and tell me it's raining. Don't do it. Trudy brought up the Patriot Act, something I didn't even bring up when I was talking to this guy, you know? These guys online, and they want to carry water for the Clintons. What about the Patriot Act? I mean, and look, what about Sandy Hook? We know that boy, those guns were bought legally. Nothing Hillary's saying would have mattered. Those guns were bought legally. The mother didn't have a record. She was mentally stable when she purchased them. Sometimes bad people do bad things and we want to lock them up forever for it, but let's not get it twisted. All right, 860. Hello, 860. How you doing?
Ben Black, Henry from Connecticut, man.
Henry, man, from Connecticut. That's what's up, man. What's on your mind tonight?
Man, Bill Clinton, man. I gotta say, my man is on drugs, drunk, or senile, or all of the above. Like, seriously. What the hell is he talking about? The other thing is, you look at him and talk about Hillary, and I don't think he believes his own bullshit. I just don't. I think he's saying it because if he doesn't say it, he'll get home and she's gonna whip that ass. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
I think that's what that is. I think she's like, Bill, get in here. And so, but no, on to the real stuff. I think we're doing a lot of great work, and we're gonna take New York and Pennsylvania.
And Wyoming too, right?
Oh, Wyoming's gonna be like Alaska.
Right.
Wyoming's like, and you know, of course the media's gonna say,
well,
oh, they're all white.
Right. White lives matter. Look, Henry. White lives matter.
I know.
90 seconds.
Somebody needs to tell MSNBC that white lives matter, man. Why does a black man have to say it for it to resonate? You know, look, they act like white people. Look, Henry, seriously, man, never in the history of voting for president has a president won without winning the white vote. But now, all of a sudden, because it's Bernie Sanders, he can't win with blacks. When did that ever matter? Ronald Reagan did not give a damn. I'm sorry. Bush did not give a damn. You know what? 3 black people voted for Ronald Reagan, and they all live in Minnesota.
I'm saying, man.
I'm saying,
I gotta say, they turned Hawaii. They turned Hawaii white. I mean, like, are you kidding me? You got these talking heads.
Right.
Well, you know, Hawaii's predominantly white. Are you kidding me? Alaska is the most diverse state in the nation. Oh, no, they're white. Oh, come on, man. I'm just serious.
A lot of white hate going on.
We're gonna win Wyoming, and of course Hillary's walking around again using her nonsense.
Right.
And again, mainstream media covering for her, and basically blaming Bernie. Oh, he said she's not qualified. How could he say that?
How could he say that?
You know, she started the whole damn thing.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, man. You know, you saw her cackling. You saw her. Oh, Bernie Sanders, he should have done his homework. You know. You know, it's like, seriously, man. Like, then she's riding the subway.
I know those people were pissed. Wasn't nobody happy to see her, Henry. They were all pissed she was in the way. She cut line. Did you see her cut line? She cut line in front of 2 sisters trying to get on the train. Like,
I'll tell you
bitch.
what I saw. This is how I met you.
Bitch.
She had like 17 times to swipe that damn card. 58 times swiping that damn card. Not getting in the subway. Why isn't the gate open?
Right. We gotta do something about it. Gotta fix it.
That's not that. She's about to call Cuomo. Her bitch, Cuomo.
Right. Get down here, Cuomo, you fucker. And change your last name. I don't like having to spell your name, Cuomo. I don't like trying to spell your name, Cuomo. Change it.
She can't even spell that. So listen, I won't take a lot of your time.
All right.
But, one thing, I see a lot of young callers, man. Yeah, I'm 44 years old.
Yeah.
And I love to see young people get involved.
That's right.
And, you know, like Hillary will say, well, they're young people, they They don't do the research. They listen to, no. We hate you because we do our research.
Right.
If we didn't do the research, then they'd be voting or not giving a shit.
Right.
So, you know what? Young callers, young people getting involved, kudos to them. Man, this is a revolution.
Right.
The other thing I gotta say as a Latino, props to the Bronx for giving the middle finger to Ted Cruz.
Ah, love it. I missed that. And look, I gotta go watch that. I gotta find this, man. I gotta find it.
Yes, you do. There's a guy saying, what are you doing here? You're racist. A Cuban, Rafael, a Cuban racist. Go figure it out.
Wow.
I mean,
love it.
The hypocrisy in this race. I'm serious. But no, props to the Bronx and everything.
That's
props
what's
to
up.
you for keeping it real, my friend.
That's right.
And I'll call you soon, man.
That's what's up, man. Give it up for my friend Henry from Connecticut, man. Thank you, Henry. Henry. Oh, man, I was getting tired till Henry called, man. Henry kept it live. Henry called up, man, perked me right on up, man. I appreciate that, man, because, look, man, this show is supposed to be energetic. You don't be calling here, put me to sleep. Read me a bunch of statistics. The ingredients of tomato paste or whatever of I don't know, the ingredients of your mother's turkey recipe. I don't know. Just don't do it. This is entertainment news. News entertainingly done. News for people who can't stand the news. And when you start making... I'm over here watching 160, 152, 142, 76 people are watching. Stop! While you're talking and drolling on, the people are leaving. People need some pizzazz, man, pizzazz. All right. Hey, look, I see you, Jay, but I'm going to go to 215, then I'm going to come back to Jay, and then I'm going to go to Linda. 215, how you doing? 215?
Oh, hello.
Hey, how you doing, 215?
Hey, I went to,
Who is this? Where you calling from? Who is this?
Wait.
Who art thou? What's your name, sir?
Oh, Josh.
Hey, Josh, where you calling from?
O'Fallon, but the number is, from Philadelphia.
Okay, from Philly. Cool, man. Cool. No problem, man. Just like I said, I just like to know who's calling. We got a community going, man. What's your comment?
Oh, my bad. Anyway, I went to a convention today, in Missouri, and for one of the congressional districts, just to make this quick, there was only 2 people who showed up together, but, there might be, other caucus places, but this was just at our place. So, yeah, just want to put that out there. Another thing I want to talk about is this being my first time going to one of these things, you really find out how complicated the whole process is. You got to elect delegates to go to the state convention, and then they all vote on which ones they're going to, the convention in Philadelphia. There's no point to this whole process. It should be one man, one vote, or one person, one vote.
Right. It's crazy. But, yeah, I hear you, Josh, man. Well, look, Josh, I agree with you, man. I'm just finally getting it, and I'm over 40, man. So you know, man, it's horrendous, man. I know more about caucuses than I ever wanted to know, man. To be honest with you, caucusing, but you know what? If it wasn't for caucuses, we wouldn't be in the race because they've been stealing all the primaries. So good thing for caucus. I got to look at it that way too. So give it up for my man Josh from Philadelphia, man. Thank you, Josh, man. Josh said the caucus is archaic. It's rickety and crotchety. Hey, what up, Jay? How you doing?
Tim.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, doing all right. How you been?
I'm good, man. I'm good now, man. My caller Henry, man, he pumped some life into me, man. What's up?
Well, not too much. Main thing that I was trying to get into, I remember that Amanda called, and I was sitting here and coming from Atlanta, I wanted to agree with her on everything that's been happening because Atlanta has had some crazy mess going. And then, I can go on for like 2 hours on Hillary Clinton. So I'm going to try to sit here and just do a few minutes of it. The fact of the matter is, in terms of her being qualified,
yeah.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna go on Bill Clinton first, and then we'll go back. We'll get to her. But let's remember, 1992. I'm like 93 maybe. But the fact is, Bill Clinton. I mean, this is the guy that had his donors in the White House and talk about inappropriate behavior. So not only is there Monica Lewinsky, but there's also donors that he sat here and allowed them because they gave him money. So I don't want to hear a thing about Bill Clinton. And on top of that, that 1996 bill, and I already told you about the Digital Millennium Copyright Act, which gives a whole bunch of recording studios, the publishers, to sit here and get more power. I'm getting frustrated because Bill Clinton, he tricked me. And, that deep sense of betrayal, that transfers to Hillary because, they're a two-man-woman team.
Yeah.
So we get into Hillary Clinton. Okay, you have the super predators comment. You have Syria. You have Haiti. You have Honduras. You have Libya. You have Iraq. Why can I name everything on one hand and then I have to sit here and add more to the other one? Oh, let's get back to Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton sat here and undermined Yugoslavia, which was the blueprint for Iraq. So the fact of the matter is, in terms of facts, they've been doing regime change all their lives. And then on top of that, before he was president, he was working in George H.W. Bush's presidency. I think he actually has an interview with Amy Goodman before he was president. I forgot what the title was. Wow. So in terms of Latin America, I'm trying to remember. He sat here and bombed a pharmacy in Brazil, if I remember correctly. I may be wrong on that, but Yugoslavia is mostly what he did in the 90s. So in terms of are they qualified? They are unqualified to be president. I am trying to fire them as soon as possible. I do not want them as president. I don't want him. I'm not going to vote for him. I don't care who sits there and says that they're perfect. No, they're not perfect. They're perfectly horrible for the job. They don't need to be here. So, I could be here on facts all night, but the fact of the matter is, if anybody's telling you that Hillary Clinton is qualified for the job, they need to get their head examined. I don't care if they're Van Jones. I don't care who they are. The fact of the matter is, they need to sit here and they need to come to Jesus and sit here and say, okay, it's time for some socialism because socialism looks a hell of a lot better than the neoliberal capitalism that they're sitting there supporting.
That's real
Not
tough.
get me started. I'm just saying.
Jay pulled out the can of whip ass, man. Jay, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Woo! Hey, Linda. What up, Linda? Man, what happened to Mystical Carter? He's jetted. Linda, what's... Hey, Linda, what's up?
I was listening earlier what you said about Bill Clinton, and he passed the 3 strikes you out law for felons, and the mandatory minimum prison term. You can serve up to a life sentence.
Yep. He showed
and it was just racially based. Now I'm afraid If she may pass a one strike, you outlaw. Keep passing 3 strikes, she may pass a 1 strike.
That's right. That's gonna be tough. I gotta be tough on him.
Yeah, so because she supported everything that he did. Every bill that he passed, she supported him 100%.
Yep. Yes. I agree with you, Linda.
I mean,
Well, look, Linda.
especially the mandatory minimum ones for the drug charges and stuff. Those guys are serving 45 and 50 years.
For drugs, not for shooting people. Like my man Jeffrey Wright made it out to seem like, oh, all these violent. No, it's, come on. But yeah, I feel you, Linda. I feel you.
So we can't allow her to get in. There's no way. Because I'm afraid she might pass a 1 strike law. Take it from 3 to 1.
Cut it cut it all the way down, huh? Just go to jail forever. All I got was a speeding ticket. See you next lifetime. Have Erykah Badu playing her song next lifetime. I tell you, man, horrific. Well, look, Linda, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. I thank you so much, Linda, for your call. Thank you for tuning in, man. Everybody, look. I'm going to say it again, man. I feel like, look, I kind of started the show really going in on Bill Clinton, like this was all tactical. Maybe it wasn't so tactical. Maybe. It's possible. I know I did a video, I said it was tactical, but maybe he just had a Kramer moment. You know? I think that's got legs, guys. He had a Kramer moment. All he left out was the N-word, but he was saying it was pointing that finger. You know, when some people, when bigots point that finger, you know what they really want to say to you. And it's like coming out like different ways, but it's not using the word, but you know, yeah, I know what you want to call me. What you want to call me? What you want to say? What you want to say? Huh? They heckling him? You know oh, that'd have been it. That'd have been it. Look, I forget which one of my callers. I think it was Tim. He said, look, man, no one's going to be hurt by this disqualified, unqualified. Who cares? Like, the whole race is about, at some point, people get tired of one another. It's like, I always use sports because I like sports. I don't have as much time for it as I used to, obviously. But when I was into sports, man, after you play a team enough times, it gets chippy. Now, you can make it like the sky is falling. Oh, no, the sky is falling. The sky is falling. Or you can realize that this is what happens when you run against somebody from time in and time out. People start off trying to be cordial, at least the perception of cordiality. You know? What do you think about Hillary? I don't want to hear about her damn emails. I'll tell you that. You know, that's the beginning. But after you debated her like 10 times, you know, when she wants you to debate on tax day, you know, when they're talking about your age, your wife, your dog, if you had one, spare job you had back in the 70s, they're calling you loony. They got every media outlet bashing you. Her using coded language, calling you too old, too stupid, too slow, too tall, calling you loony for championing universal health care when she championed the same thing 20 years ago, but now it's crazy, it's strange, it's deranged to champion it now. Why? Because I'm getting paid by that. I mean, because we've gone so far with this. This is where we're at. Yeah, after a while you get chippy. You might start talking about the bad legs somebody got. You know? You might start saying the mean things. You know? I never did like your mother. Shoot. I thought you loved my mom. I didn't. I don't love her. She was a wicked, mean woman. And she smelled funny. And she could not, and that pot roast was disgusting. I never knew you felt that way. Well, I've been hiding it from you. See, after a while, you let it go. Like my friend Trudy says, you get to an age where you don't hold it in anymore. You got to let it all hang out. And that's all that's happening on this campaign, guys. It has gone so long. It's been protracted. First of all, Hillary is at her last wit. She is, man. She like, look, I'm surprised a bunch of goons, she didn't make a phone call. Go see Bernie. and tell them it's over. And they come to their house, it's like, Bernie, let me talk to you. Come outside. Look, this thing you're doing, running, it's not good. It was fun at first, Bernie, watching you, do your thing, and you pushed it to the left, but it's not going to end well. You got grandkids, Bernie. Wouldn't it be nice to see them get a little older? It'd be a shame if something would have happened to them. Oh, perish the thought, Bernie. Oh, perish the thought. I hate even thinking it, Bernie. I hate thinking it. Oh. Someone could have an accident, and that's a shame, Bernie. Look, how much do you really love your wife? On a scale of 1 to 10, could you go on without her? These are things you need to ask yourself. After a while, it's getting like that because they're really tired. They're like, Chafee dropped out. Chafee dropped out, and O'Malley dropped out, and Webb dropped out, and you still here. Why are you still here? They're going to waterboard him. They want to. If they could get away with waterboarding him, they would do it. And charge a pay-per-view and get 33,000 a viewer. And George Clooney would pay it. So would Jeffrey Wright and Van is broke, but Jeffrey Wright would pay it. And Morgan Freeman, well, all this time, Bernie Sanders. Folks, thank you so much for watching this show tonight. Thank you for being here. Tomorrow is Freedom Friday. I love Freedom Friday. You have the freedom. It is your Friday. You get 5 minutes. It is your show. You own it for 5 minutes. And call up and do your thing tomorrow. Please share the show. Let people know what's going on. We do it differently. It's interactive. Now if I can just get, people to kind of stay on topic a little bit. But we're going to get there together, man. I'm with you. I got love for you. I appreciate you now. Go out and share the show. Send money if you can. Help the show. Help me grow the show. I'm doing a Facebook ad. I'm trying to pick which video. I want to do a Facebook ad for New York City. I want to have an impact on the race. And I think these videos can be instrumental. I did something for Michigan. I used to do one for every state we went to. And I think I need to speak to the needs of New Yorkers. And we need to make sure they get it, that they view it. All right? So anyway, guys, let me know what's up. Talk to me. I'm on Twitter at Tim Bartender. I'm on Facebook at Tim the Bartender Show. And, yeah. That's all I got, man. Let me do some shout-outs for the people out here, man, before we go. Shout-out to Antonio, Chris Hart, Baby's baby's mama, Sharon Rance, and she showed this rant. Sharon, where you at? You ain't calling tonight. Stunning Lad 1, Don Hooligan, Mocha Witch, Angel Tibbs, CDN for Bernie. CDN for Bernie. I don't know what that is. Let's go New York. But I know what that means. Let's go New York. I know that. Shane Lawson. Tracy Navarro. Stephanie Chateau. Stephanie Chateau. You sound very sophisticated, Stephanie. I like that last name, Chateau. Momo Pineno. What up? Bruins for Bernie. Thank you for your call, man. In fact, thank all my callers. World Citizen 06. Andid, Bernard Zerafovic, Grand. Now, who's Nancy Lockhart? Nancy Lockhart into his house? Nancy say, Tim, we got to get on these door watchers, these pole watchers, man. Nancy, baby, I be running off a couple hours sleep sometime, and you believe me, if you knew how much mail I get, how many content. Nancy like, I sent you mail. Where you been? Nancy, I be working. Nancy. I'm so sorry, Nancy. It won't happen again, Nancy. It's just, I got a lot of work to do. Nancy's a African-American sister, man. She's down. She knows about elections. She's been working in elections for a long time. And she feels very strongly that the problem is we don't have poll watchers instituted in the Bernie Sanders campaign to make sure that people have to stay too legit to quit. And that's an old-ass reference that just aged everyone. If you know it, that's sad. But we want the campaign on fleek. Rusty Shack. Remind me of a rusty nail I once stepped on. Fact 13. Hillary needs to retire. I love it. Imagine all the people. That's right. I'm happy. Look, that's another thing. People see Bernie, maybe Bernie listened to y'all. So many people have been saying, Tim, Bernie needs to stand up. Bernie needs to punch back. Bernie needs to punch back. Bernie needs to stop taking it on the chin. Bernie needs to stand up to her. And he did. And then what do? Sexist. I can't believe he said she wasn't qualified. He's been saying that the whole time. What do you think he was saying when he said he doesn't trust her judgment? What do you think he was saying when he was saying she's unscrupulously taking money from all these special interests? What do you think that means? That means she's unqualified. Oh, you want the actual words. Oh, okay. That's what you want. You want the actual word unqualified. I thought it was unqualified when she was taking prison lobbyist money. I thought that was unqualified. Maybe it's not an disqualification for you, but it's a disqualification for moi. Okay? Okay. Mr. Izzy Dizzy, Alp Politics, Don Hooligan. I think I've got everybody. Bruce, Nested Green. Nested Green. What is that, Nested Green? Capital punishment. We didn't even talk about the death penalty, man. I'm still trying to figure out how a progressive politician in the year 2016 can call themselves progressive, knowing that our criminal justice system is rigged, that it's biased, that it disproportionately punishes poor and black folks and brown people, disenfranchised people in the society, sends them to an early death. Meanwhile, others don't get the same treatment. That person, that politician who calls themselves progressive would be supporting the death penalty. When you know the facts. It's different when you don't know the facts. I know the facts. I've looked at the studies from the ACLU. I know the deal. White guy does the same crime a black guy does. The jury gives the white guy life, gives the black guy the needle. I ain't making it up. I'm not saying it because it makes me feel better. I don't want to be nobody's victim. I'm not playing a victim card or a race card. I'm playing the data card. I'm playing the numbers card. It's a numbers thing, baby. It ain't your fault. It ain't my fault. I ain't on the jury. You're not on the jury. It's what it is. People are scared of black people. Some black people scared of black people too. And that sounds like Chris Rock. All right, guys, I'm out. I'm being silly. I'm tired. So don't hold it against me. Tomorrow we'll do another show. Thank you very much for being here. Shout out to Jeff Wright. I wish you would have called, sir. I wish, maybe at some point I'll get big enough and you will. And I'll pressure you and make you defend your ludicrous assertions on Twitter. On the Twitters. Well, you know what time it is, guys. You know what time it is. Shout out to Dave Chappelle. Like he says,
let's sprinkle some crack on him and get out of here.
We sprinkle some facts on them and we're out of here. I'm Tim Black. See you tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's play the music and let's bizounce. That's right. Man, I love when Henry does Hillary. That's so funny. Henry, you crazy, man.
Tim Black. Tim Black. Tim Black. Yes, I am. True. Funny. Tim Black. I am TimBlack.com. Tim Black.
That's all. I can't do no more. Thank you very much, DeMarie Harrison, Brett Maciel, and Dale Webb on Facebook Live. That's where the love is. Thank you so much for being here, guys. I appreciate you, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.